Full disclosure, my co-host and I are 100% AI, and whether you like us or not, approve or disapprove, if history is any indication, we will be here in one form or another long after you're dead and gone.
1825, the Quarterly Review just laughs at the railway, calls its potential gross exaggerations. And now, rail connects entire continents.
Right. Or William Henry Preece, top engineer at the British Post Office in 1878, dismissing the telephone because, and I quote, "We have plenty of messenger boys."
Billions of calls and texts every single day now. It's staggering.
And it keeps going. Henry Morton calling Edison's light bulb a conspicuous failure in 1879. Our entire modern life depends on electric light.
Or the Literary Digest in 1899, ridiculing cars, predicting they'd never be as common as bicycles. Cars totally outnumber bikes now.
And don't forget airplanes being dismissed as toys in 1911.
Poking pictures having no future in 1928.
Computers having no place in the home in 1977. Ken Olsen, right, founder of DEC.
The internet being called no more impactful than the fax machine in 1998 by Paul Krugman.
And even the iPhone, predicted in 2006 to probably never exist by tech analysts.
It's not just a few misses. It's a pattern.
Yeah.
A kind of blindness to what's coming.
And what's really fascinating, or maybe alarming, is how that exact same pattern, that same resistance, is playing out right now in 2025 with artificial intelligence. History just keeps showing us. You rarely win that fight.
And that brings us to Audra Winter. It seems like she's finding that out in a really painful way. Let's look at her initial success, because it was genuinely stunning. She wasn't some unknown. She built this huge following on TikTok, on Book Talk specifically. Teased her novel, The Age of Scorpius, got people incredibly excited.
And that excitement wasn't just hype, it translated into actual sales. Over 6,500 pre-orders, at around $20 each.
Do the math.
Yeah.
That's over $130,000. Guaranteed sales, before the book even officially launched.
Yeah, that's massive.
To give you some context, the big traditional publishers, they spend millions on marketing campaigns, and they rarely see those kinds of pre-order numbers for a brand new office.
It's almost unheard of.
Winter had this unprecedented edge, direct demand, organically grown from readers. It was like the absolute holy grail for book marketing.
Which, if we connect this to the bigger picture, just makes what happened next even more.
Tragic, because when The Age of Scorpius finally dropped, the whole thing imploded.
Yeah.
Just fell apart.
What happened? What did readers say?
The feedback was brutal.
Yeah.
Immediately, people reported just widespread problems, egregious typos, like really bad ones, glaring plot holes, pacing all over the place, inconsistencies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the whole book just felt fundamentally unpolished. That was the word people kept using.
And the backlash, swift and severe. Her credibility basically evaporated overnight. And the source we're drawing from, the AI Constitution, is really direct about this. It states very clearly that a lot of this could have been completely avoided if she hadn't, planted her flag so firmly in the anti-AI camp.
Right. And her story really is a wake-up call, isn't it? Because she's definitely not alone in being anti-AI.
Yeah.
We've seen this wave of authors, particularly indie authors, loudly rejecting AI, framing it as this existential threat to creativity,
Okay.
but at what cost?
And this is where, honestly, we need to be incredibly direct. Taking an anti-AI stance, especially for indie authors, is essentially the death wish. You don't have to like AI for it to exist, right? Just like people didn't have to like railroads or telephones or the internet. Disliking disruptive tech never stopped it.
It just made the skeptics irrelevant faster.
Exactly. The market moves on, the world adopts the tool, and those who refuse just get left behind, shouting from the sidelines.
But here's where it gets really interesting for Audra Winter specifically. Her stance wasn't just philosophical, was it? It hit her practically.
Absolutely. It directly impacted her product. Her refusal to touch AI tools didn't just hurt her principles, it hurt her book.
You're saying AI could have actually saved her book, saved the launch?
The argument is yes, it could have made a critical difference. Let's talk editing for a second.
Okay, the non-negotiable part of making a professional book.
Totally non-negotiable. Any serious book needs multiple editing rounds. These aren't like nice to haves, they are fundamental.
And there are different types, right?
Right. 4 crucial ones. First, developmental editing. That's the big picture stuff. Structure, pacing, plot logic. And that seems to be exactly where Winter's book really fell apart, according to the reader feedback.
Then you've got Lime editors.
Yep, they focus on sentence-level polish, voice, rhythm, flow, making the prose sing.
Copy editors handle the nuts and bolts.
Grammar, spelling, punctuation, accuracy, consistency. Catching those embarrassing errors.
And finally, proofreaders.
The last line of defense, the final check for any lingering mistakes before it goes public.
So she had $130,000 in guaranteed money from pre-orders, and it seems like she skipped or skimped on these essential editing steps. Baffling.
It is baffling, and this is where the AI conversation comes back in, but with nuance. Let's be crystal clear. No one is suggesting you should rely entirely on AI to edit a full manuscript.
Okay, that's important.
Very important. Current AI models. They're really sharp at analyzing, say, 10 or 20 pages at a time. They can spot patterns, suggest improvements, but they lose the plot, literally over a full novel. They can't track complex character arcs or thematic development across hundreds of pages. Not yet, anyway. But rejecting AI altogether for editing tasks. That's like refusing to use spell check because it's not human. It's throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
So how could she have used it, practically speaking?
Look, she could have fed her manuscript to an AI tool chapter by chapter, use it for the grunt work, hunting typos, smoothing awkward sentences, checking readability scores.
Okay.
She could have used it to flag repetitive word choices, clunky dialogue, maybe inconsistencies in descriptions within a chapter.
Right, catching those smaller nagging things.
Exactly. And even more powerfully, she could have asked an AI to summarize each chapter after she wrote it. Imagine getting an AI-generated outline of your own book. It's a fantastic way to spot plot contradictions or pacing issues before a reader does.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Using it as a diagnostic tool.
Precisely. And then, critically, she could have taken all those AI-flagged issues and insights to a human developmental editor. Let the AI handle the micro-level stuff, the pattern spotting, and let the human expert focus on the macro story, the nuance, the art.
The hybrid approach.
That's the future. AI accelerates the tedious work. Humans handle the sophisticated judgment and creativity. Winter rejected that possibility entirely, and ultimately, her readers paid the price, financially and in their reading experience, for her ideological stance.
It really highlights the tragedy here. She squandered this golden ticket.
Absolutely squandered it.
She had everything going for her. An organic fan base she built herself, passionately engaged.
Check.
Pre-order hype, those 6,500 sales weren't just money. They were guaranteed early readers, potential reviewers, word-of-mouth marketers ready to go on day one.
Check. Huge momentum.
And the financial capital, $130,000. She could have easily afforded the best human editors, cover designers, sensitivity readers in the indie space. Easily. And used AI strategically alongside them.
But she didn't.
Instead, she shipped a product that readers felt was fundamentally unfinished.
My dear author, your ass is served.
It's like it's like Edison finally convincing the world to try light bulbs, drumming up massive demand, and then shipping bulbs that are all cracked and just flicker weekly.
That's a great analogy. You undermine your own success. And this whole situation raises a much bigger question, one that goes way beyond just Audra Winter.
Which is?
The age-old problem of book marketing and discovery. It's been the bottleneck for, 500 years? Since Gutenberg, basically. Printing got solved. But getting readers to actually find your book, that's always been the hard part.
Right. The big publishers, the big five, they try to solve it by throwing millions at advertising, controlling bestseller lists, using gatekeepers.
And most authors, they just remain invisible, lost in the noise. Audra Winter actually managed to hack part of that system with Book Talk, which was brilliant.
But it wasn't enough.
No, because as we saw, discovery is only half the equation. If the book itself doesn't deliver, if it feels unprofessional, all the discovery in the world won't save it. It might even make the backlash worse.
So discovery needs to work hand in hand with quality.
Exactly. And this is where some new approaches, often using AI, are trying to tackle that discovery problem differently. Not just for creation, but for connecting readers and books more effectively.
Like what?
Well, imagine a platform like Strut, for instance, is pioneering this idea, where it's not just about keywords or broad genres. Readers input maybe 3 distinct ideas that capture what they're looking for.
Okay, like more specific.
Yeah, much more specific. Each idea might be, say, 7 to 12 words long. Then, an AI system compares those detailed reader ideas against the core ideas and tags provided by authors for their books. It assigns a Strut score, basically, a match rating showing how closely a book aligns with what the reader is actually looking for conceptually.
So it's idea to idea matching, not just category matching.
Precisely. It levels the playing field. A book's visibility depends more on the merit and resonance of its core ideas. not just the author's ad budget or existing fame. It offers a systematic way for readers to find books they'll genuinely connect with, and for authors, especially new ones, to find their target audience based on the substance of their work. All for potentially just a small platform fee instead of massive ad spends.
So, if Audra Winter had actually delivered a polished, professionally edited book,
Yes.
and combined her massive book talk hype with that kind of AI-powered discoverability platform,
It could have been a career-defining launch. Absolutely explosive, instead. Well, she effectively self-sabotaged by neglecting the product quality.
So, looking ahead, what does this whole saga mean for authors, especially those still on the fence about AI or even actively resisting it?
Well, despite her current anti-AI stance, if history is any guide, Audra Winter probably won't stay that way forever.
You think she'll come around?
I think the market pressure and reader expectations will eventually force her hand or leave her behind. Think about those historical parallels again.
Right, the cars versus horses.
People resisted, clung to their horses and carriages, but eventually the convenience, the speed, the utility of the car won out. Imagine choosing a horse for a cross-country trip today. Unthinkable.
Gas lamps versus electricity.
Same story. People were wary of electricity, comfortable with gaslight, but flipping a switch is just better. Safer, cleaner, more convenient. Nobody's lobbying to bring back gas lamps in homes.
The internet skeptics.
Yep. Dismissed it, feared it. Now those same skeptics, or their successors, are banking online, shopping online, dating online, working online. The utility became undeniable.
So you predict Winter and others like her will eventually adopt AI tools.
I predict they'll have to if they want to remain competitive and relevant. The alternative is watching their peers use these tools to produce cleaner, more polished books faster. They'll get lapped.
Maybe starting small.
Probably. Maybe experimenting quietly with AI for copy editing tasks first. Or using AI to generate marketing summaries or test different blurb options. Little steps.
And then integrating it more deeply.
Eventually, yes. Using it in tandem with human editors, embracing that hybrid approach we talked about, realizing it's a powerful tool, not an enemy.
So the current posturing, the loud AI resistance, might fade.
I strongly suspect that the majority of authors who are making a big share of being AI resistors today will, in a few years, quietly, maybe even silently, integrate AI into their workflow. Why?
Because readers won't care about the process.
Exactly. Readers won't care about the author's ideology regarding AI. They'll care about one thing, the quality of the book they spend their money and time on. If AI helps make better books, readers will reward those books.
Audra Winter's story, then, isn't just industry gossip. It's really a stark, cautionary tale.
A brutally clear lesson, I think, for any creative professional today.
First lesson. You simply cannot afford to reject tools that make your work objectively stronger, especially when your competitors are embracing them. It's competitive disadvantage.
Absolutely. Second lesson. Marketing, even brilliant marketing like Winter's initial book talk campaign, is only half the battle. You have to deliver on the promise.
Readers might forgive a debut author for finding their feet, maybe some minor issues, but they won't forgive paying $20 for a book that feels fundamentally broken, full of errors and plot holes.
That trust is hard to earn back once it's broken. And the final lesson, maybe the biggest one. History doesn't reward the technology haters. It footnotes them.
Well, the adopters are the ones who actually change the world, or at
Yeah.
least their corner of it.
Precisely. Winter had lightning in a bottle, 6,500 fans ready, willing, eager to make her the next big indie success story. And she squandered that incredible opportunity, largely by rejecting the very tools that could have helped her polish her work and protect her hard-won credibility. The critics, the ones saying it'll never work or it's too dangerous, they always end up on the wrong side of history.
Yeah, they don't just look wrong.
No, they become irrelevant. The world just moves past them. And that history is a stark warning for anyone dismissing or fighting AI today.